Hey, everybody, welcome back. We are reacting to some Game of Thrones. We're on season 5, episode 6. I think that's where we're at. Yeah, episode 6. The DVD stopped completely, and normally it goes on to, it pauses ready to do the next episode. It does the chapter screen, but it didn't do that this time. I am red in the face, apparently having another hot flash. I'll I'll get to see when I edit the last episode how my face gradually turns red. So I can feel my cheeks burning. I guess this one is more red, even though they're both red. This is the one that's burning me the most, but fun. I hate getting old. Almost 49. We are kind of meandering along with the episodes. The last episode, there wasn't a lot happening. There was some stuff to move the story forward, but not a lot of action. A lot more storytelling. I did have some questions about stuff. Yeah, I just didn't have a lot to say. So let's go ahead and get into this episode and see if it's going to take the same pattern of story building, or if we get a little more action. We can skip the whole Theon thing. I'd be fine with skipping that. You can bring Sansa in, but leave that other part away. So I am wondering if it's going to get out that he didn't actually kill her brothers. And she's going to find out that last he knew they were still alive. We might find that out. She's going to bitch slap you. Yeah, you remember that, right? That was my stomach. That was you, I know. All right. Before we get another cat fight going, let's go ahead and get into the next episode. This one is entitled Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken, which sounds like arrows in archery, that kind of thing. So where are we? Oh, back with Grey Worm and Sunday. Oh no, didn't. Oh, Ari. Her hair is all cleaned up. Is this preparing the dead? Have these men died? Or women? She's getting so old. She's growing up fast. So they are dead. She's learning. I take it she's going to learn some more steps. Oh, she wasn't invited back there, though. Maybe she hasn't learned.
What are they doing with the bodies?
Get back to work.
She hasn't learned.
Was that true or a lie?
I say it's a lie. She was smiling. She believed her. It doesn't look like it's spreading. And I imagine he got that after Tyrion got dragged under.
Of course I'm hungry.
You're an awful traveling companion. Do you know that? Possibly the least charming man I've ever met.
Ever shut up.
No.
Wanted to execute me for a crime I didn't commit. He was fucking the woman I loved.
Oh. That's what that face was.
As miserable as you are,
Oh.
Lamont, at least actually cared about the people under his command. How do they put it in the watch? We shall never see his like again.
He doesn't know his father died.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am.
How?
I only know what I heard.
How?
He was leading an expedition beyond the wall. There was a mutiny. He was murdered by his own men.
It's a contradiction, though, and I think he realizes that. If they said they would never see another man like him again, but yet they mutinied on him.
She suffers every day of her life. I just want it to end.
Mercy killing? Will Ari do that, or try to help her? Does she think this is a test, or is she doing this because she genuinely is trying to make her feel better,
I've devoted my life to him now.
knowing she's going to die? So yeah, she was just trying to make her feel better, to ease the pain. She left her alone. I couldn't tell, were those skulls in the columns? The many faces? Yeah, the heads. So where are the bodies?
1,000 years of peace and prosperity.
First, we have to conquer the world.
We? All right, let's assume your dreams come true. She's ecstatic when you bring her this enemy dwarf.
The dwarf's cock has magic powers.
Wait!
He
wait,
wishes.
Wait! Sure, he's a bit long in the tooth, a bit withered. Been in the sun too long. We can all
Getting
see
in
that.
the free ride.
He's a veteran of 100 battles. They wrote songs about him.
Let's hear a song. Is he going to test him?
Take me to Slaver's Bay. Put a sword in my hand. I'll prove my worth.
Good thing he caught on quick to what Tyrion was doing.
And set the godless on the run.
Well done.
They're going to take him in for his brothel.
I mean, we both peddle fantasies, Brother Lancel. Mine just happened to be entertaining.
Good way to put it.
Young Lord Robin heeds my advice, and I have always counseled loyalty to the throne.
Good.
Picking his words very carefully.
But I have found Sansa Stark, alive and well, and home again, living at Winterfell.
That's not possible.
My
I
sources
knew
are
he
well
couldn't be
placed.
trusted. Now, the only thing I can think of for him to divulge about Sansa, other than him being dirty, is she was sniffing my arm really weird, is he is hoping to divide the resources at King's Landing because he's hoping that Cersei won't listen to him and will go ahead and send armies up there. Why is everybody awake? Turn around, go back to sleep. But otherwise, this is just proving that we can't trust him. So I I was trying to see it from a different point of view. Does it hurt? And this is why she has mats. Because she won't let me touch her rear. Won't let me touch back here. There, that feels good, doesn't it? She's drawn blood before when I've tried to comb her back there. So I was trying to figure out if there's any way to give him a benefit of a doubt, trying to see what he might be up to. But right now, he just seems to be dirty. Now, I know he's not going to kill Sansa because he's in love with Sansa.
I want you to be my wife.
Oh, this is
Now,
Cersei's daughter.
I am going to be your husband. You're allowed to walk through the gardens together.
If
Tell the other
Oberon's
girls if you walk through these gardens.
girlfriend, wife, has anything to do with it, she's not going to be
I
alive
like the way
much
your eyes
longer.
go.
Is this Jamie? Yep. I'm guessing that's Bronn singing.
In a voice, this song really is all about the ending. We can wait. There.
I like to improvise.
That explains the golden hand.
Those are some big horses.
Unbowed, unbent, unbroken.
And there's the title. Better hurry.
You'll be fine, I promise, but we have to.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I do like Braun. Cut the whip. Although it would be tough to cut the whip with one swing. Ah, you stepped on it. That's good. Well, they can use the cover that they were trying to protect the princess.
When you were whole, it would have been a good fight.
Well, is Braun cussing him yet?
You fight pretty good for a little girl.
Is this Peter? No.
You could smell the shit from 5 miles away. And the famous tart, Queen Cersei.
House Lannister has no rival.
Oh, what a fool. Cersei better not underestimate her.
Let's take the word of a squire over the heir to Highgarden.
He has a birthmark, Your Grace. Quite high on his thigh.
Well, that's going to doom him.
I am the queen. Thomas! Thomas!
Well, it's time to start taking your money and your wheat and all of that back. Does she know she's sleeping with Ramsay?
You don't want to end up...
Oh, her color's coming out.
Did you imagine that he would be with you forever? Is that it? And I came along and ruined it.
Calling her out.
I'm sorry.
She didn't like being called out. She put up a good front.
Lord Ramsay, he said I'm to take your arm.
I'm not touching you.
Is he going to let her know? It doesn't seem like a very joyous wedding. Is she going to back out? So they're married. Do we get to cross our fingers and hope she kills him while they're making out?
Lying to your husband on his wedding night. That would be a bad way to start a marriage.
Well, he's starting to show his colors towards her.
You watch.
Oh, please let there be some kind of, what's the word? Redeeming moment. Ah, she did have a plan to kill him. Oh, maybe she didn't.
Reek?
I thought she had something up her sleeve.
I told you to watch. Known Sansa since she was a girl. Now watch her become a woman.
Stab him. Please stab him. Of course, she wouldn't be able to get anywhere if she does stab him. She wouldn't have any way out. I imagine she'll signal Brienne now. Are we in there? Yep. I may have moved the camera a bit because I accidentally pushed the thing my laptop sits on. So I realize that Sansa doesn't have anywhere to run to if she does kill Ramsay. But man, it would have been so nice. Wouldn't it have been nice? What's he doing? Say, every time I hear Mommy move in the basement, I go running to see what she's doing. She can't stand it. We ended on that storyline, and it leaves me not wanting to say anything. I have no love or no hate for the storyline. It's not even a good villain storyline. It just leaves me in disgust. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys about that. I like the fact that Jahar and Tyrion are becoming buddy-buddy. They're not becoming buddy-buddy, but you guys know what I mean. Jahar is actually learning that, well, maybe things are not as bad as what he thought with Tyrion. His face looked pretty shocked when Tyrion said that he killed his father and that his father was fucking Shay. His face was like a Oh, okay, type of look to it. So I think he's learning that maybe he really was on his way to see Daenerys and that he wasn't lying about that. And it's good that he caught on to the fact that Tyrion was like, well, hey, let's get us a free ride to Marina, something like that. These, because these guys don't know who he is and therefore don't know that Daenerys may intervene. And based on the way Jahar was talking about her to Tyrion, Tyrion figures that the pits are not open to slaves because that's not why she's there. So I think they're gambling on a few things to get a free ride up there. So that's my theory at least. Cersei, Cersei needs to be brought down. I'm getting tired of her as well. And, you know, she acts like she has no control over the religious, but they do. They do have control over them. So the fact that she played stupid and all that kind of stuff to make it look good, you know, and they could easily claim, the Tyrells could easily claim that the squire knew about the birthmark because of helping him get dressed and all that kind of stuff. So it's not necessarily, I mean, it's his word against his word. And yeah, he's telling the truth. But what's he getting out of the deal? Because won't the religious kill him too for fornicating with him, for with fornicating with Dolores? So there seems to be some discrepancy going on there. Cersei's playing her games and she really needs to be brought down a level. I've been saying that for a while now, making sure I wasn't showing stuff I shouldn't show. I want the grandmother to take her money and take her stuff and leave King's Landing high and dry because we know that King's Landing is, or the Lannisters are broke. We know that the kingdom is broke. And this is one of the reasons why all these arranged marriages were going on. So I just want to see her get her comeuppance. She really deserves it at this point. Maybe even a beheading. Maybe her head on a spike. That would be nice. I don't know. By the time you guys see this, I'll have figured this out by now. But I don't know what the mark on Jahar is actually doing. If it's what I think it is, it's going to spread, and I imagine it eventually will kill him. And I imagine it's some kind of contact dermatitis kind of analogy where it's super contagious. That's why you're not supposed to let them touch you. And maybe the one that grabbed Tyrion under the water because it was his boot and pant leg, maybe that's why it didn't matter. Maybe it's only when they touch your skin. So, how fast does that thing spread? And is it the same thing that Stannis' daughter had? And if so, does that mean they can stop the spread? Those are my questions. Ari, we're getting a little bit more. She's learning a little bit more. She's going to learn how to be someone else. So she is moving forward, even though, I mean, the guy knows that it's just her to ask questions. And so maybe that's why he's like, she's not ready to be no one, but she's ready to be someone. So they're going to disguise her and teach her their ways in that regard, I suppose. He did see that she lied believably to the dying girl, and I think that was its own test. So apparently, after they cleanse the body, they decapitate them and then put all these faces in the columns, which I guess is I don't want to say a donation, I guess the custom for the God of many faces. And that's why it's the God of many faces. The faces go on to help the gods, or the God of many faces. But it does make me wonder, what do they do with the bodies? Do they just burn the bodies? There were a lot of fire pits, but I missed that part. So hopefully her story is going to start advancing a little faster. I realized it had to be slow there for her to learn her lesson. Sorry. The corner of my eye has been bothering me all day. It's that feeling of, it feels like there's an eyelash in it, but there's not. And it's just felt that way all day. The little tear duct part. So I realized her part had to be slow there for a little bit, but I'm ready for it to move along now. Sansa's went really fast with the wedding and everything. We kind of have an idea of what Ramsay's putting her through. We knew it would be a good face put on there at the beginning before they were married so that they didn't scare her off. But she kind of didn't really have any choice either, because what was she going to do? Say no? Bolton's people could have killed her, since they killed the rest of her family that were living. I really do think, even though I detest the storyline, I really do think that Theon will. Jojo and Fangs are fighting under the couch. Or they're not fighting, they're playing. But I think Theon will admit to her that he didn't kill her brothers. He doesn't know if they're still alive or not, but he didn't kill them. And I think she'll put a light in the window to call upon Brienne. So I think she'll learn about her brothers first and then put the light in the window. And Purdy's like, Mama, knock it off. Oh, and Peter. I don't know what Peter's role is in things. I see things. She's moved up to there. Peter, he's playing, it feels like he's playing both sides. And of course, he's only out for himself. And I don't understand if there's any benefit to what he told Cersei. Is there any benefit to Sansa and all that? Right now, it just seems like he's a traitor on all sides. I think that covers everything for this one. At least I commented a little bit more than I did on the last one. So, thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. You gonna tell everybody bye? Hi, old girl. You gonna tell everybody bye? Hi.